First of all, thanks for being here. Appreciate you supporting us as always, and thanks to Fran for those very kind comments. A couple of things. I wish I just had some impact on some of our recruits. I'm not sure if I can impact any of them. Maybe I'm in the wrong line right now. The other thing, I don't know if you know this, and I certainly don't talk about it very often. The hardest job I ever had in my first 2 years out of college, I coached football at Worcester Academy at Ken O'Keefe, Mike Sherman. That's kind of documented, but I was also I got strong-armed into coaching the women's basketball team for those 2 years. By far the hardest job I've ever had. Not a lot of fronts, okay? And when I was approached, I was at a small school, they expect you to do more than one thing. Besides teaching, you have to coach a couple of sports. The AD was really a great mentor, and he kind of strong-armed. He was a basketball coach. He strong-armed me into the job, and he said, "Don't worry about it. I'll tell you everything you need to know." He didn't. One thing I do know about basketball: it's good to have size and it's good to have shooters. I do know that. It's good luck to have a good quarterback in football. So I think that's outstanding. And Fran alluded to the Purdue game. I think many of us were in the arena that day. What a great day that was. And certainly, I think a sign of things to come. It's a process, certainly. Fran and his staff, he's got an outstanding staff. It's been fun to get to know those guys. I spend more time with them than Fran as we travel around on the I Club. Just great people and great staff and teams coming together. So we're all excited about that, and best of luck as you guys get started here, Fran. Thank you. As far as those technicals, sounds like Rabbi Portman could do something, maybe work a numbers game on the technicals, us versus the league, and come out with some good predictions there too. So, Rabbi, it's great to have you, and you are a good karma guy, so I'm really glad to see you this weekend. We could use a little help. Always help. Appreciate that. Appreciation of the I Club for a great job. Thanks for all the work and effort you put into it, band, Spirit Squad, certainly the dance team, and it was Andrew, right?
Yes.
Andrew, you go to wear that in Lincoln or not? They know Sean Green's an Iowa guy, right? Beautiful. We appreciate that. Appreciate you being here. Thank you. And good to see you, your staff. And did you guys sleep in the van last night, or hey, let's just stay here? Where'd you drive in this morning? Okay, I won't ask. And the trophy looks great, and so aptly named. So fantastic to have you here. And I see John Street way in the back. If he could get any further back, he'd be in the next room. Always great to have John here. A couple things that have transpired since we were last here. It's been a couple of weeks now. The ULM game went well, certainly. Pleased about that. And then during the bye week, we had a chance, I think, to rest some of our older guys, more experienced guys, and try to move the younger guys along. And I said going into the season, I think the first 5 weeks were really going to be important. Those first 4 games, and certainly the bye week, trying to develop this team. We've got a lot of guys that are learning new roles and moving forward. And I think that process has taken place. Certainly last week we had a very tough outing. We played a good football team that clearly played their best game of the year. They really, in a nutshell, just kind of raised their level of play, and we didn't match that. And that's, I think, if we learned one lesson last week, that's what it was. We moved into conference play, and anytime you move into conference play, it's a little bit different level of intensity, and we were not able to match Penn State's intensity last week. So, yeah, at the end of the day right now, we're 3-2. We're 0-1 in the conference, and we've got 7 opportunities left. And I told the players, really all that matters is this week, and us moving forward and doing a better job. And that's really kind of what it comes down to. So we're playing a team in Northwestern right now that's a veteran football team. They're very, very well coached, and certainly they've had success against us. That's very well documented. And one thing I try to point out to our players is I think a lot of times there's a real perception problem about Northwestern's program. And it seems to me a lot of people are fixated a little bit on where they were in the 80s. And really, when I left here in my assistant career at the end of the 80s, Northwestern and Wisconsin were probably the 2 poorest programs in the conference. They weren't really teams you had to be at your best level at to beat typically, and that's really factual. And I think the thing that's happened certainly since '95 when they won their first Big Ten championship, came back in 2000. won another one. You know, they've certainly changed their program, their approach, and done a wonderful job with the team. And I think if you look at it right now, Pat Fitzgerald's one of the outstanding coaches in our conference and really in the country. He's done a great job with their program. If you look back over the last 3 years right now, in 2008, they ended up with 9 wins. Lost to Missouri, who's won a lot of football games over the last 5 years. We found that out when we played them. Lost to Missouri in overtime that year at the Alamo Bowl. The next year they were an 8-win team. Lost by 3 points to Auburn, who went on and won the national championship the following year. It was in the Outback Bowl. And then the reality is last year when we walked out of there after they beat us, both teams were 7-3. And obviously their quarterback got hurt, who's an outstanding player. They did not fare well after that when he came out. That was a tough thing for them to deal with. But the bottom line is this, and I think the thing we try to really impart to our players is, first of all, competition in our conference is tough. Basically top to bottom, every year there may be a team or two that drops down. Again, in the late 80s it was Wisconsin and Northwestern. But certainly right now, Northwestern's a team that you better be ready for. And we have not been able to solve that equation in the last couple of years. Certainly we're hoping to do a little bit better. But that is the lesson we've tried to impart to our players, that each and every week competition is tough, and winning in this conference, and basically any competitive conference is tough too. You've got to go out and earn it every week, and that's really where it's at. So, we've I think had a decent week of practice. I think the guys have practiced fairly well. The concentration's been there, and really the challenge moving forward this week, tomorrow night, and the other 6 games after that is just how much we can improve weekly. How we can match up each week with our opponents, and more importantly, bring the energy out to the field and play sound in a way that gives us a chance to win, and that's really what the game's all about. Our captains this week are the same. We've got Tara Nielsen and Mike Daniels defensively, Marv McNutt and James Vandenberg offensively. Very excited to have Jared DeVries join us as our honorary captain. He'll be out there for kickoff, and Jared spent a little time with us back in camp. He's actually coaching up in Clear Lake right now, where he's got a home. He's coaching in the system there and doing a great job. And so anyway, Jared will be there. His picture's on the side of the stadium. I'm sure you've seen that. And really a poster child for the ANF thing. Just a great concept that Coach Fry came up with back in the mid-'80s. And we're so thrilled to be celebrating that tomorrow night too, just to accentuate Iowa's role, not only in the nation's food production, but the world's food production. We're certainly right there at the top, and we're very, very proud of it. So it's great to be able to honor that. Then on top of that, to have the Big Ten Network televising the game. Night games in Kinnick are very, very special. Just what a great atmosphere. So all those things we're excited about. We're thrilled about being back on the field tomorrow night, and it's always great to be in Kinnick. So as always, we appreciate your support. You guys are just absolutely tremendous, and we'll look forward to seeing you in Kinnick tomorrow. Thank you.